Hi everyone, it's Genene, and to all those restaurant workers out there, how many steps did you take during your shift today? Was it 10,000 steps, 12,000 steps, more or less? Let me know. After a lot of research of asking restaurant waitstaff their primary issues, I got back two responses. One is feet and the other is back. So I've got 5 things that you can do while you're at work. This first one is something that you can do while you're on the floor. No one need even know that you're doing it in front of customers, etc. Pranayama. Very simple because you're probably doing a million different things, having a lot of different thoughts in your head, holding all that information. So what you're going to practice is breathing in and out through your nose evenly, which means count. Maybe you start just counting your breath. Maybe you can start to lengthen it a little bit, but whatever your count is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If that's your inhale, then you exhale to that same count of 6. And you're going to do that for a total of 2 minutes at a time, just 2 minutes, and see how that changes your level of calm and focus. So you're going to do that throughout your day. No number, just anytime you are starting to feel frazzled and you can't take a break, try that. Number 2. This one, maybe you don't want to do it in the middle of the restaurant, but when you're in the back. So you're going to be standing, place your hands on the front of your thighs. This is to open up your back, your whole back. So it's a standing cat and cow. So put a bend in your knees. And starting from neutral spine, on an inhale, extend your spine, lift your chest, lift your head. Feel those low back muscles pull up and in as you do that. And then exhale, pull your low belly in around the spine, lowering your gaze. And then you're going to keep doing that 4 times. And throughout your day, you're going to do that at least 3 times. Number 3. This is to strengthen your back. So we just opened it up. Now let's do some strengthening. So we're going to stand again, and you're going to hinge from your hips. So start with your hands on your hips. You can always do this with your arms by your side if you prefer. And you're going to inhale, and then exhale, bow forwards 90 degrees. You're pulling up on the kneecaps, pulling up on the low belly, pulling up on the low back, and just go 90 degrees so that your upper body is parallel with the floor. And you're going to hold this for 3 seconds. Inhale, come back up. So the breath is exhale to come forward, inhale to come back up, and you're going to hold down at the bottom for 3 counts, and you're going to do that one 10 times. If this is too easy, you can bring your hands in front of your heart. Maybe that's too easy. You can bring your arms out to the sides, elbows bent. Or the hardest is you can bring your hands behind your head or overhead. Or maybe if that's too intense and you want it overhead, but this is too much, bring them out to the sides more into a V rather than an I. Again, whatever you're doing, holding for about 3 seconds and inhaling, come back up. 10 times, 3 times during your workday. Number 4, a stretch for your low back and also to maintain focus. So standing on your right leg first. If you need balance, you could hold on to something with your left hand. So putting it on a wall, whatever's available to you. On an exhale, lift your right knee and draw your right knee into the chest. Left thigh bone is going to want to pop forward. So pull it back, lift up on your pelvic floor, which means your outer hips move in towards each other, and the tailbone and the pubic bone move in towards each other. And then all four corners are going to lift right up to the crown of the head. Drawing the knee into the chest, you're going to hold that for 3 seconds, and then exhale, lowering it down. And then you're going to alternate. Do the left leg. Exhale, draw it in, and I'll show you the other thing that wants to happen is this hip tends to want to hike up too high, this like that, and then it's harder to balance. And as that happens, I'll show you this side. You'll shift over to the right. This right hip will go too far over to the right. Watching that. So you're going to do one on the right and one on the left, and that's 1. You're going to do that 10 times throughout the day, however you want to divide it up. And number 5 is a stretch for your hip flexors and your quads, and also another balance. Again, as you're doing any of these balances, if you forget everything else, number 1, breathe in and out through your nose smoothly. And then number 2, behind the scenes, there's a lot of movement that's going on within your job. Finding something that is not moving and zeroing in on that and not everything else that's moving, that's going to help you balance. Now, stand on left leg. Then this time, you're going to bend the knee so that the foot comes behind you. Standing on left leg, right leg comes behind you. Right hand is going to grab the right foot. This might be too intense, so check it out for yourself. You might want to do this one at home instead. But push that foot into your hand. Push. Just enough. And then you're going to get a nice shoulder stretch and thigh stretch. If you want a deeper thigh stretch, you keep taking your right foot behind you. If you want more challenge, that is, you could always be grabbing hold of a chair or the wall. Or you could reach your arm overhead. If you want to play with this, you could bring your arm, keep it overhead, bring it out in front of you, whatever you would like, bow forwards. And then release. A little more gracefully than that. Let's do the other side. And then you're going to do each side. So each side 10 times. So you might want to break that up again. Maybe you only have time for 5 on each side. See what works for you. Whatever you're doing, you're being safe, and you're using this to strengthen and stretch while you're on the job, release, and keeping yourself more calm, more focused, so that by the end of the workday, you're not just having to go home and collapse. Let me know what you thought of this video, how it's working for you. I can't wait to hear. Namaste. Here's a fun fact for all of you who are still watching. I set out and I was going to do a video specifically yoga asanas that you could do if you're in the kitchen staff for work. And so I did a lot of research, all different types of restaurants. Okay, kitchen staff, what are their issues? Is it back, or feet, or neck, or shoulders, or needing more mental clarity? And they all said the exact same thing, very interesting. These are people in their 20s. They're machines. they don't have any issues. If they have any issues, they shouldn't have any issues. They don't complain. And they definitely aren't watching yoga videos. So if you are, let me know. But that's what my research turned up. So therefore, if you are kitchen staff and you actually are watching this, then hey, try these asanas and let me know if they work for kitchen staff or not. Namaste.